Tracy, hello. I know this is a little quick, but I have a favor to ask you. Hello, Dawn. Is this favor you have to ask has anything to do with using my yard? Then I'm going to have to say no again. What? You're always telling me no each and every time, and I'm getting tired of it. And that's because no matter how many times you've asked me, my answer has not changed. I'm just being upfront and honest with you about it so that we're not wasting one another's time any longer. You're being cold though. If you keep all of that up, people are going to start calling you the boring and cold mom in town. Is that what you want? Do you have any idea what us other moms are already starting to call you amongst ourselves? What? They're calling you the Queen of Ice. Oh, is that so? If you don't want to be called that anymore, then let me use your yard. I just thought it would be the perfect place to have a barbecue party or something like that, as it beats all these crappy public parks. Actually, I was just assuming you guys were all calling me something worse, so I don't really care. And even if you were calling me something horrible, I still would not care. Huh? I'm not even friends with any of the moms you hang out with, Dawn, so I don't really mind what you all have to say about me. Huh? I've heard about you inviting other women over to your house to have coffee and tea out on your deck. And those are not other moms or anything. They would be my younger sister and her 2 kids. Huh? My little sister isn't too much younger than me, and her kids are around the same age as mine, so they come over often and have fun here. What? I had thought you were having other moms over to your house without me, but that doesn't seem to be the case then. Why can't you start inviting us over for a change? What makes us any different than your family there? Well, my family and your group of moms are quite different actually. They happen to respect me and my decision, and will never continue to pester me about my choices, even if they think I have no right being cold to them. Whatever. Just because you have that massive yard surrounding your house doesn't mean you're all that great of a person anyway. Are we done here yet? I'm still working at the moment, so I need to focus on that again. If you have anything else you'd like to talk about, let me hear it now. If not, then this is goodbye. Loser. I'm going to get into that yard of yours one way or another and do what I want with all of the other mom friends. I'll show you. Hiya, Tracy. This is about your yard again. No. What? Such a waste you are. But listen to this. I know about something that you might not like. What's that? I heard that you happen to work for the same company that my husband is working for. Oh, is that so? And when I compare my husband's age to your age, there is no doubt that my husband is higher up than you within that company. In other words, he's your boss, right? And if you're not going to listen to the wife of your boss like you have been, things might begin to get more troubling for you at your workplace. So, what are you going on about now, Dawn? I have never heard of any situation where someone like me would have to listen to my boss's wife. And I'll let you know right now that a company your husband and I are working for does not view the same thing you do, so please do not use neither your husband's position or mine in that way. Huh? As of right now, I'm not too sure what department your husband works for or what position he's in, so I'll have to take a look and see. But let me tell you right now that based off what I do know, it's better that you don't start pulling things like that with me. Huh? I'm not pulling anything with you. I think I have every right to, when my husband could get rid of you at any minute. Now you listen to me, Tracy. I think you're better off not talking to me like that ever again, unless you want to start crying over things I can make happen. I'm not so sure what else could happen if you fight back against me, but this is your warning. Alright? Let me say this one more time. I am the wife of your boss, and you'll listen to every word I say. You are going to let me use your yard for one day. This is an order from me, so there is no going against this. Tracy? It seems seems that starting this evening, you're no longer going to be at home, right? According to some other people, your husband has something going on back at his parents' house, so you're all going. You all won't be back until later tomorrow, right? That means your house is going to be empty for just one whole day. So in other words, this means you finally come around to listening to the wife of your boss and are going to let me come over there. I just happened to get a really nice grill from one of my friends that I plan to bring over. I'll set it up in your backyard, and then me and all my other mom friends are going to get together and have a proper barbecue party. So let me tell you once more, we are all going to be having a really nice barbecue out behind your house in the backyard, okay? Had you lent me your yard while you were in town, I would have let you come to this really nice barbecue where we'll be cooking up some really good ribs and a few porterhouse steaks as well. Well, it's too bad that you and your family won't be around for it. Anyway, we're all going to cook up all this amazing meat I have, and we're all going to eat it up without you. Tracy, listen, later on, can you make sure to give me $2,100? Turns out that I didn't get enough food for everyone to have, so we needed to go to a meat store in town and buy up some really high-grade stuff. So this will be the cost of that meat, and also the cost of some more liquor that we had to pick up in town as well. And of course, this liquor is all high-end stuff. One other thing, we're all going to be ordering pizza to be delivered. Along with that, we'll get some 2 liters of pop and other things to go along with the food like snacks for later. So with that all in mind, the cost will come around to $2,100. Since this barbecue is taking place at your place, you're going to have to cover the bill for all of it when you get back, okay? I've already planned on paying for all with my credit card, so after today, I'd like you to send me that money so I can pay it off. My God! Just thinking about all the fun we're having here makes me want to do barbecues at other people's houses even more. Well, I'm going to get back to it and start putting some more steaks on the grill. Huh? What is this? Dawn? Are you freaking kidding me? Going and having a barbecue at my house like that? Well, if it isn't Tracy, I want to know where the hell you entered my yard from as well. I just came in through your front gate is all. Well, I guess I had to do with a little handiwork with the lock, which may have broken it. But that's all on you since you chose to put a dang lock on the neighborhood's public barbecue park. Were you all trying to hog it to yourself? I have not been hogging anything. I told you time and time again every time you asked that you could not use my yard for anything. Do you remember? I don't want to have to keep repeating myself about this. This was an order given to you by your boss's wife, which means saying no to me was never an option for you. And I told you that it's not normal for someone to think that just because their husband is the boss of someone else, they can make that someone else do anything they ask. Well, you'll get used to it over time. Now, just like I told you earlier, I'd like to have that $2,100 handed over to me tomorrow. I'm not paying you anything. Also, when it comes to cleaning up the mess we'll make, you can do that when you get home from your in-laws. I'll also leave you to clean up all the plates and cups, as well as the grill for me. You listen to me right now, Dawn. What is it? Do you have any idea whose yard you're having a barbecue at the moment? Huh? Why you know exactly whose yard this is? I shouldn't have to answer such a stupid question that for you, right? But I will. This yard happens to be my husband's employee's yard. Oh, for crying out loud. Really, I never wanted to play this card with any of the moms in the neighborhood, but you all have given me no other choice with all the crap you've been doing here. What the hell is going on in that head of yours? That happens to be the CEO's house. What? The CEO? Your husband happens to be a manager in a manufacturing department for the Slow, right? He is, but... Hey, what do you mean this house is the CEO's house? In other words, the CEO of Slow. That would be me, so there you go. Huh? If you're not going to believe me, then you can try asking your husband about me, or better yet, take a look at the company's webpage and scroll to the bottom to learn about me. I'll think you'll be able to learn the truth really quickly then. What? This is all a joke, right? You're telling me that you're the CEO for the company my husband works for? I'm going to be coming back to my house tonight. I received a call from a neighbor a little bit ago, and he told me that you all have been making so much noise that it's disturbing the whole neighborhood. He also told me he saw you all slamming shots to get drunk quickly. He also explained that a lot of the flower beds around my house have been trampled on by you guys. And when it comes to the koi pond I have, you all have been throwing your trash into it. He was planning on calling the police, thinking you were all kids vandalizing my house, but he wanted to check with me first. Tracy? When it comes to all of this, my husband, I will definitely be talking with him about it. You hold your horses there. If you don't want me talking with him about it, will you be able to cover all the damages to my property just by yourself? You happen to be a housewife, so when it comes to the money you get, it's all coming from your husband, right? The amount of money you'll be paying me will depend on the extent of the damages to my yard, as well as based on how much I'm upset by all this. Also, there's one other thing. What? Sirens? The police? My neighbor ended up calling the police after we talked. As I said, he had every right to since I wasn't home and didn't know enough about who was all behind this time. But I was just having so much fun throwing this whole barbecue. Why did this have to happen to me all of a sudden? My neighbor told me he had gotten home a couple of hours ago. And that whole time, he had never noticed that my husband or I were not there. He had called me at first to tell me to quiet down, but when I told him I wasn't home, he said he should have known that sooner. After our talk and him explaining to me the situation of what's going on, he said he'd do something about it. And I told him to go right ahead. Well, anyway, there's no point in me explaining to you what happened anymore. Now, I'll hear from you later. Tracy! What the hell is this you wanting from me $10,000 for the damages to your yard? Are you sure you're not overcharging me? I also found out you told my husband about all of this. He's telling me we're getting a divorce now. Do something about all of this, please. The last time I ever had to work a job was back in high school, and that was just a part-time job. Having to get back out there and finding a job now at all times, there's no freaking way I can do that. Hey, Tracy? I'm asking you nicely to please not look away from this. $10,000? That amount of money. I just don't have that kind of money laying around. My husband even told me to hand it all by myself now, so I'm not being helped by anyone. Tracy! Why are you not freaking replying to me? You're not even reading any of these dang messages anymore either. Hello? I'm going to be divorced if you don't do something about this. Hey! Help me to freak out! And don't charge me $10,000 for that party, okay? Listen to me, Tracy! The way my yard was left after the barbecue, well, it was downright awful. So in order to have some landscapers come in and fix everything for me, the price would be around $10,000. A few days after that party, the manager of the manufacturing department came to my house with $10,000 in cash and handed it to me before saying sorry for what his wife did. However, I really wanted that $10,000 to come from Dawn's sweat and tears so that she'd learn from it. A lot of people have told me to have some of the other moms there to pay up for the damages as well, but that will be sorted out later when they all have to go to court and face a judge for trespassing on my property. I'm going to assume some of them will get community service, and others will have to pay fines to whoever asks for them. My lawyer will be there as well representing me, so maybe I'll get even more money in settlements out of them all. As for Dawn herself, it doesn't seem like she's learned her lesson from all of this yet, and because of that, her husband was able to get the rights to his kid in the divorce, and all of them have left her. When all of this happened to her, I received one large text from her, where she went all crazy saying all these slurs towards me and telling me how much she hates me. But when reading all of it, I thought to myself that I really have no more time for her, then I proceeded to block. And ever since that day, life at my home has really been quiet, and I have never run into Dawn or any of her annoying mom friends ever again. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought about the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Is the upcoming lunch meeting a fine French cuisine, okay? Yes, I'm free, so I can attend. I'm sorry it's always so hard for me to attend because of work. That's not what I'm worried about. What I'm worried about is something else. Huh? What is it? The French restaurant that we're going to for lunch next time? It's a very popular restaurant frequented by celebrities. Please don't come dressed like a dork like you usually do. Is it that tacky? Let's put it bluntly. Aurora is the most out of place in our group, right? You wear the same plain clothes that can be found anywhere. Even your wallets and bags are no-name brands, right? I'm not interested in brand name products. But that doesn't mean you don't own anything at all, right? Well, I do have one just in case something happens. Then please come to the lunch meeting in brand name clothes. But I don't want anything less than 10,000 yen a piece. If you only have such poor clothes, you're not allowed to attend. What? They even put restrictions on what you can wear? Can't we at least wear our clothes freely? If that's the case, then Aurora will not participate. I understand. It's okay as long as you understand. Like I said before, our group of friends is more prestigious than other groups. We're a very prestigious group of celebrity moms. If you disobey me, the boss, you know what will happen, don't you? What would happen? If you're not careful, you could get seriously hurt. You will raise your hand against your friends? That's not allowed. If you honestly follow what I say, there'll be no problem. Well then, that's the order for that on the day. Hey, your husband! Is it true that he's the manager of a pub chain? Yes, but what about it though? How much does a manager get paid? Do I really have to tell you that, Hazel? Just tell me. This is a boss mama's order. I guess the take-home pay would be about $20,000? 20? What the? No way. What? It's true. Is there a problem? I don't have a problem. Is it possible that you live in a townhouse? Is it to make yourself look good? No, it's not that. I just live there because I want to live there. But if you live on a lower floor, that's what you're saying, isn't it? That's why it's not true. Please don't make assumptions on your own. Living in a townhouse on $20,000 a month? Are you in debt? I don't have any debt. In fact, I think you have a comfortable life. It's not like that, right? $20K a month is just my pocket allowance. What? You get that much allowance every month? I don't get $20K, but I do spend that much a month. What? Are you okay with that? Unlike you, we have plenty of money, so we're fine. But where do you make up the shortfall? Shut up! I don't have to tell you that. Well, that's true. But still, if poor people are in our group, the air will be polluted. Really now, can you please stop making assumptions? We are not as poor as you think, Hazel. I wonder if that's true. If you look down on us like that, I'll refrain from having a relationship with you in the future. I don't mind if I don't attend the next lunch meeting either. You're so cocky. We're maybe poor, but please be nice to me. It would have been fun if you got down on your knees. I wouldn't do that. Hazel, I think you shouldn't get me too upset. What? What nonsense are you talking about? I just thought of a great idea. What? You should definitely attend the lunch meeting. But you don't want me to, do you? You don't want to have anything to do with poor people, right? I'm saying I'll give you a special invitation this time. You don't have to give me any special invitation. No, you don't. If I tell you to join, you join. You understand? Hazel, why did you do that? I have a scar on my face because of you. Your face is worthless. That's a horrible thing to say. You got hit 50 times in the face. You must have been very surprised. You're poor with a husband who makes $2,000 a month is a nuisance. Get out of my group. I'm the president of your husband's company. Huh? Why don't you tell a better lie? That's 100% a lie, of course. It's true. Hazel's husband recently changed jobs, didn't he? Yes. He did? He said he got a new job at a company that treats him better than before. I don't remember the name of the company. But I think you should at least remember the name of the company your husband works for. But you, the boss, is a lie, right? I'm not lying. If you tell your husband my name, he'll know right away. If you don't believe me, why don't you ask him? Okay. It's true that Aurora is the president. When I told my husband Aurora's name, he said, "She's the president. What's wrong?" he said. I'm glad now you know it's true. I'm sorry. I didn't think you were the president. Even if I weren't the boss, you shouldn't have done this. Of course, you'll take full responsibility, right? What do you mean? Responsibility for injuring me, of course. I'm going to turn you to the police. I'm also going to ask for compensation and medical expenses. Wait a minute! I really don't want you to go to the police. If I get arrested, my other friends and neighbors will know about it. And what will my husband say? The moment you break up with your mom friends, you hit me. That's really despicable. I'm really sorry. Please, please, not the police. Do you think the police will be enough? Huh? Like I said before, I'm also your husband's president. You know what that means, don't you? Don't tell me you're going to fire my husband. Please, and don't fire him. I'm a stay-at-home mom. If my husband loses his income, we won't be able to live. If you and the others can't make ends meet, doesn't matter to me at all. I will inform your husband about you, Hazel. For now. Please, wait! I'll do whatever it takes. I will even get down on my knees, so can't you just tolerate this? You don't have to get down on your knees. And I don't want to see you on your knees. I'm going to push you to the limit. So please be prepared for that. Oh no! Hello, Aurora. I have a small favor to ask. Excuse me? It's about the fees and treatment you have demanded. Can you please extend the deadline for payment? How long? I can tolerate it for a few weeks or something. But not for 6 months or so? I just can't seem to raise the money. 6 months is impossible. Then how about cutting the amount in half? If it's half the amount, we can get by quickly. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not. It's just that it's going to be hard to pay for it. My husband and I are getting a divorce. I know that. It sounds like you and your husband had a big fight because of what happened last time. You told him he owed you. As the head family member, it's his duty to pay alimony and medical bills. That's when he lost his temper. You know that much? Yes. I heard directly from your husband. My husband seemed to have a lot of respect for you. He's working for a company whose president he respected so much. He was furious with me and asked me what I would do if he was fired. Your husband was so thankful. It seems he left his previous company to join our company. He told me that too. I think he mentioned it when he left the company, but I forgot all about it. Hazel, it seems that you don't care about your husband's work. Our company could use a good person like your husband. We are very thankful to have a good person like your husband in our company. Of course, we will continue to have him work for us. So please don't worry. But that's the point. If we get divorced, even if he works for a company that pays well, if we are no longer married, I won't be able to enjoy the benefits. Hazel, do you only see your husband as money? Not really, but... Anyway, there will be no reduction. I'll ask you to pay the money by the promised date. I don't care what you do, you'll have to pay your debts. What? You think you're so important just because you're the president? Isn't a CEO supposed to be a big shot? That's woeful. Your company will go bankrupt soon. What? It's over when a woman is the president. Normally, a man should be the president, right? In this day and age, it's not unusual to have a female president. I know a number of them. What? You know a lot of presidents? Are you trying to mount me? I didn't mean it in that way. I'm just stating a fact. If that's what you want, I can think of something. What? Are you up to something bad again? Next time, I'll hurt your company. If you apologize here, I'll forgive you. What do you say? What kind of nonsense are you talking? It's you who should apologize in the first place, isn't it? You've been arrested by the police and divorced from your husband, and you still haven't learned your lesson? I have nothing to lose. When a person has nothing left to lose, she shows great strength, you know? Don't be ridiculous. The next time you raise your hand to me, you'll go to jail this time. If you don't want that to happen, just silently pay up and get out of my sight. Your company is going to go out of business, isn't it? It's so hard to have your bad reputation spread all over the internet, like a corrupt president or a bitchy president having an affair with a young employee. This must be your punishment for challenging me, right? So, that posting on the net. It's you, Hazel, right? Can you just stop making assumptions on your own? Where's the proof? If we look up the evidence, we'll find it. If you are doing this, please stop it immediately. If you promise me that you won't do anything that will cause more trouble for this company, I won't hold you responsible for this matter. Why don't you gather proof first, before making me take responsibility for this matter? You don't have any proof, do you? Well, not at the moment. I knew it! While you're on the line, I have a question. When will you pay for my medical bills and treatment? It's long overdue. There's no way I'm going to pay that. What? Are you saying you won't take responsibility? Well, you are the president of a company, right? If you're a president, you must have money. There's no reason to go out of their way to collect from me, who has no money. Even if I had the money, there's no reason for you to evade responsibility. Are you going to come to my place to collect the money? If you don't intend to pay, then there's no choice. That's too bad. Actually, I moved to a far-away place. Of course, I won't give you my address. I knew you moved. I used to live in an apartment nearby until recently. I hadn't seen you around. If I stayed there any longer, you would have been pestering me to pay for it. So I moved out. You didn't notice, did you? That's right. I don't have time to keep tabs on your every move. So stop obsessing over me and give up on the money. You've got to stop fooling around. I'm about to lose my temper. Huh? I'm not afraid of you getting mad. Oh, I see. I may look like this, but I'm known as the devil's boss at work. That's actually true. When you came to my place with your husband, after I injured you, you have a face of an ogre. If I had a face like that, I'm a low-income husband would have given up. Please stop saying bad things about my husband. He's my husband and he's doing his best. What part of a 20K month income is he working hard for? If you say he's working hard, he should be making at least 50K a month. You don't even work. You have no right to speak ill of my husband. How angry should I be for you to stop? Are you mad at me? Of course I am. I'm about to crush my phone. That's scary. What if Aurora hits me? I'm not like you, Hazel, so I won't raise my hand. I'll give you a word of advice, though. I don't think you should run away like this. Huh? I'm going to recover the money from you, even if I have to go to court. I can find out your whereabouts as soon as investigated. Are you threatening me? I'm not scared at all. I see. Also, my revenge against you is not over yet. Something great is going to happen soon. What are you thinking? I'm not going to tell you that. In the meantime, you might want to find a new job. Okay, bye. Hey, don't do anything more stupid. Hazel? Today is the end of your company. What do you mean it's the end? I'm sorry you lost your precious because you pissed me off. What are you talking about? I'm not going to give up my company. Even if you don't intend to, you're going to lose your company in a fire. Don't tell me you're planning to set the company on fire. I don't know. If you apologize to me, I'll stop setting your company on fire. Hazel, you really have no common sense. People like you should be thrown in jail immediately. I'll never get caught, you know. The police are on the way to your place. Huh? Hazel, you're near my office, right? How do you know? The security guard called me to say he saw a suspicious woman. You're so convinced you're undetected, but we've got you on our surveillance cameras. What? There are cameras? They're everywhere. I didn't even notice. There's no point in trying to escape. I gave it all to the police. Hazel's picture and information. But I didn't do anything to get arrested by the police. I wrote graffiti on the walls of the office and scratched up the company car, didn't I? That's all on camera. What? You also threatened to set the company on fire, didn't you? That's also a threat. You really are a woman who never learns, do you? It is true that the police are coming to my place? That's what I said. This is the second time. If you're not good this time, you'll go to jail. You're lying! I don't want to go to jail! Then why did you do it? Did you think we wouldn't find out? I thought... This is just a small company, so the security would be lax. We're a small company, but we're one of the best in the business. Our sales are among the highest in the industry. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have been able to pay your ex-husband so much. Well, that's kinda true. You disgust me. Why do you keep coming at me like this? I don't have a choice. You took everything from me and I couldn't keep quiet about it. Hazel, you had it all coming. Why do you keep blaming others? I may have had my share of faults, but it disgusted me that you made it sound like it was all my fault. That's all true, is it? Your ex-husband even says it was all your fault. What? You're with my ex-husband? Yes, I am. I'm watching you from afar. Huh? You're still near the office. Where are you watching me from? Look at the window on the 4th floor of the building. Wow, really? Wait a minute, I think I hear a police car. It's not too late for them to arrive by now. They must have come to pick you up, Hazel. Wait a minute! No, police, please! I definitely do not want to go to jail. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. You think all you had to say was, I'm sorry? Then we wouldn't need the police? You'd better go and beat your rotten guts back into shape. Hazel was taken away by the police. They said her behavior was too vicious. She was sent to prison. The alimony I had requested, Hazel's parents paid it on her behalf. They were so disgusted with Hazel's behavior, they decided to cut ties with their daughter. Hazel was abandoned by her parents. I'm sure she'll have the hell of a time after she gets out of prison. Of course, I have no sympathy for her. I hope she will have a lot of hardships in the future.